Well, whenever the planet Saturn changes its zodiac sign, it is an important event because Saturn stays in one particular sign, one particular zodiac sign for almost 2.5 years. So in the month of January 2023, the planet Saturn is gonna move into the Aquarius sign. It is gonna move into the Aquarius sign on the 17th of January 2023, and it's gonna stay in the Aquarius sign until 29th of March 2025. So this is the long journey of Saturn in a particular zodiac sign. I mean in the Aquarius sign. You know, if you turn around and confront your sufferings voluntarily, if you face your sufferings, your pain, your agony, your trauma voluntarily with your own will, you'll find out that you are way tougher than you think. It's not that life is better than you think. Life is as harsh as you think, or it might be even worse. But you are way tougher than what you think about yourself. I mean, if you face your fears, if you face your anxieties, if you face your pain, trauma, agony, you will find that you are tougher than you think. You are more powerful than you think. You are way more powerful than you think. And once you start confronting your suffering, your pain, you will find that you have a spirit within you which is willing to do something meaningful in this world. You'll discover that your spirit has the resilience and the strength to contend properly with the catastrophe of existence. In other words, you can overcome any calamity. You can win against any disaster of your life without becoming bitter, without becoming angry, without becoming resentful in this life. Because your spirit, your psyche is willing to accept the things as they are in this world. If you understand this truth of life, that there is pain, suffering and agony in this world, and if you are willing to face them, you will be able to confront anything in this world without being bitter, angry or resentful. And this will build your resilience against that catastrophe of life which we all face. At some point in time. So this is exactly what you have to do when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign. You need to become rational in your thinking. You need to become realistic in your thinking. You need to learn the truth about life at this point in time. You know, if I tell you that everything is very good in your life, everything is hunky-dory in your life, then I would be lying to you. So the sooner you accept that life is not only about the good, but also about the bad, you will be able to live a better life. And that is what we all want. We want to live a better life, a happy life, a joyful life, a life full of bliss and prosperity. And one more thing I want to tell you all, that if you face your fears, those fears are gonna leave you. It is that simple. If you face something relentlessly, that fear, that thing will never stand in front of you. It will step aside in your life. If you face those fears, your anxieties, your problems, your difficulties, your ordeals, your predicaments in your life, and you will be better placed in life to overcome your barriers, hurdles and obstacles in your life. So at this point in time, at this juncture, when Saturn goes into the Aquarius sign, you will see you are adapting to everything in your life which life throws at you. You are not gonna duck pain at this point in time. You know, there is more pain in ducking that pain. And you can't hide from that pain in this world. If you are hiding from that pain under this table, then that pain would come there. If you hide behind a door from that pain would come there. So instead of running away from that pain, from that suffering, you need to confront your pain. You need to confront your suffering, and you will see that when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign, you will be in a better position. You will be better placed in life to live this invaluable human life. Well, in this video, I'm gonna predict about all the moon sign and ascendants, and I'm just gonna start that in a few moments time. Well, as we all know, Saturn is all about hard work, patience, perseverance, discipline, administrative skills, management skills, lawfulness. Saturn is an ideal judge of this world. It will give you what you deserve in your life. It will act according to your karmas in this life. And if you have your karmas in order, if you act in the proper manner, if you speak the truth, if you are honest, if you are morally right in your actions, deeds, thoughts, then this Saturn is gonna reward you. And Saturn at this point in time will be in its Mool Trikon sign. It will be an auspicious event at this point in time. I mean in the Aquarius sign. And Saturn will definitely reward you if you are righteous in your attitude towards life. You know, Saturn is also about spiritual growth, wisdom, practical thinking, rational thinking. It also represents property, old people, poor people and blind people. So this is a basic introduction of Saturn to y'all. Well, now let me start predicting about all the moon signs and ascendants when Saturn will be in the Aquarius sign. The first moon sign, the first ascendant is Aries. I'm gonna talk about the Aries moon sign, Aries ascendant people. This particular Saturn in the Aquarius sign will be in the 11th house. So at this point in time, there will be an increase in your income. Your wishes, your desires are gonna get fulfilled at this point in time when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign in the 11th house. You are gonna start thinking strategically at this point in time. You are gonna start concentrating on your long-term goals at this point in time. If you had wished something, if you had desired for something in your life, then at this point in time, those wishes and desires are gonna get fulfilled. Your social interaction in this world will significantly increase at this point in time. You will be able to mesmerize other people with your talks, with your thoughts at this point in time. People are gonna remain appreciative of the things which you will be doing for them at this point in time, especially your near or dear ones, your family, your friends, the people in your social circle. The most significant thing which would happen at this point in time, that you are gonna recover from all your diseases which you were having previously. You will see that you will find a medicine or a doctor which will help you to recover from that disease, that illness, that chronic illness which you were having earlier. You could also be rewarded and awarded by the government at this point in time. People who are highly educated and have achieved and accomplished something great in their life, they are also gonna be awarded and rewarded at this point in time. I mean, lawyers, doctors, engineers, scientists, etc., etc., etc. Well, for Taurus moon sign, Taurus ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in the 10th house. So this is a very auspicious time for y'all. You will see your career growing at this point in time. It will give a boost to your ambitions, objectives and aims in your life. You will be able to concentrate better at this point in time. You will be able to see changes in your life at this point in time. And you would be interested in changing your house at this point in time. Maybe it is possible that you change your city or your country at this point in time. And there could be travel abroad at this point in time. You would be getting very serious with your work at this point in time. If you were procrastinating, if you were lazy previously, then at this point in time when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign, you will see that your hard work is gonna pay off. You would see that your bosses and your superiors are more than favorable for you at this point in time. I mean, they are gonna support you at this point in time They might be very friendly to you at this point in time, and hence you could see a promotion in your job, in your work at this point in time. What you weren't able to manifest in your life earlier, I mean the positive things in your life earlier, then now you'd see positivity all around you at this point in time. You would be interested in the positives of life rather than the negatives. Well, for Gemini moon sign, Gemini ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your 9th house. So at this point in time, you need to take care of your father's health. You need to be very discreet and diplomatic with your relatives at this point in time. You need to choose your words very carefully at this point in time when you are speaking with other people. However, there could be a change in your destiny, change in your fortunes at this point in time. I mean, you are gonna see the brighter side of life at this point in time. You are gonna see success, prosperity, money, fame, recognition in your life at this point in time. Avoid traveling at this point in time, especially short distance travel. Don't go abroad until and unless you have something concrete in your hand. If you have something meaningful in your hand, if you have something which will give you gains in the future, don't unnecessarily travel at this point in time. And if you do so, then you might waste your hard-earned money at this point in time. So unless and until you are sure about your future, I mean about the future in that particular country, abroad, don't travel at this point in time. Well, those students who are aspiring to go abroad for further studies, this is an ideal time to travel abroad and study there. You'd be able to think clearly at this point in time. Your belief in God, your faith on God would significantly increase at this point in time. You would be attracted towards God at this point in time. You would want to know God more at this point in time when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign for you. Well, for Cancer moon sign, Cancer ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your 8th house, from your ascendant or from your moon sign. So at this point in time, you will see transformations in your life. You will see that you are becoming uncomfortable in your life at this point in time. I mean mentally and physically. But if you adapt to that change which you will experience at this point in time, if you adapt to that transformation at this point in time, if you don't ignore and avoid that transformation, then you'll see that your life will become better in the future. Your secret enemies could trouble you at this point in time. People might become jealous of you at this point in time because of your success, achievements and accomplishments. You will see a significant change in your life at this point in time. You need to take care of your health at this point in time. If you experience any problem in your body, you need to give special attention to it. Well, for Leo moon sign, Leo ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in the 7th house. So at this point in time, there is a strong chance of you finding your life partner. But your marriage could get delayed indefinitely at this point in time. You might have to invest a lot of money in your business at this point in time. And if you invest your money at this point in time, that investment of yours will yield a lot of profit for you at this point in time. If you are in any sort of partnership, you must think of going away from that partnership. You must think of leaving that partnership, because that partnership might trouble you at this point in time. That particular person might trouble you at this point in time. You could also face some mental agony, some mental trauma because of your spouse at this point in time. I mean, they could fall ill at this point in time. You might have to spend a lot of money behind your spouse's illness at this point in time. Your spouse might be a source of irritation and exasperation at this point in time. In regard to money, your income is gonna increase at this point in time. Your income is gonna increase substantially at this point in time, which is gonna secure your future. Your relationships, Your near or dear ones, your family members, your friends are not gonna help you at this point in time. On the contrary, you would see that they are obstructing you in your life at this point in time. They are becoming a barrier and obstacle for you at this point in time. Well, for Virgo moon sign, Virgo ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your 6th house. So at this point in time, you could develop some diseases, some illnesses in your life which would trouble you mentally as well as physically. You'd find it difficult to overcome your illnesses and diseases at this point in time. Your enemies, your secret enemies are gonna trouble you at this point in time. Though you might think that those people are your friends, they might start troubling you in a very secret manner. Don't tell your secrets to anyone at this point in time. Keep all your secrets to yourself at this point in time. I'd say that don't divulge your secret to anyone at this point in time. Not even to your spouse. Not even to your near or dear ones. Not even to your closest friends. Because your relatives, your near or dear ones might try to harm you knowing that secret from you. In other words, keep things to yourself at this point in time. Business people might face employee problems at this point in time. Your employees might try to tarnish your company's image, your image in front of that company where you are supplying your goods or where you are giving service. So you need to keep a watch on your employees at this point in time. You should avoid taking a debt or going for a surgery at this point in time. If a doctor suggests you an operation at this point in time, then you should think twice before getting that surgery done. If litigations and court cases can be avoided, please do so. Well, for Libra moon sign, Libra ascendant people, Saturn will be in your 5th house. So at this point in time, your creativity in your life will increase. Your creativity would increase significantly. You would be able to become very innovative in your life at this point in time. Innovation would be key for you, for your success in your life at this point in time. Your children might suffer at this point in time. Your children might not be able to focus on their studies at this point in time. They might not listen to you at this point in time. They might not be willing to do what you want them to do. Hence, this will lead to a lot of frustration in your life. People who are involved in a romantic relationship, let me tell you that you need to be very careful at this point in time. Don't get swayed by that love relationship at this point in time. If your love partner is not interested in you at this point in time, it is better for you to leave them at this point in time. If you find something wrong with your romantic relationship, that would be an indication that the relationship would turn toxic in the future. Don't get into any sort of illicit relationship which might damage your reputation and respect in the society. Your love partner may create a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental agony for you at this point in time. And if you feel that it is becoming too much for you, then you must take a decision to leave that relationship at this point in time. You need to take care of your stomach at this point in time. You need to take care of your kidneys at this point in time. You need to take care of your pancreas at this point in time. Don't neglect your medicines at this point in time. And for those people who have invested their money in the stock market, let me tell you that this is a time for patience. You might have to wait patiently at this point in time to see profits on those investments. You might not see profit on those investments at this point in time. So the best thing would be to forget about your investments in the stock market at this point in time. And for those people who are gambling in the stock market, they need to be extra careful, because you can lose your hard-earned money in the stock market at this point in time through gambling. You can also lose your hard-earned money in various other gambling activities if you indulge in them. Well, for Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio ascendant people, Saturn will be in your 4th house. So at this point in time, you will experience happiness in your life. You will see joy in your life. You will see that things are improving for you in your life. All your wishes and desires are gonna get fulfilled at this point in time. You could travel abroad several times at this point in time. Your mother is gonna support you in everything you are doing at this point in time. Your mother would be a source of your strength at this point in time. You could also think of buying a property at this point in time. And if you buy a property at this point in time, that purchase of yours will be an auspicious one. I mean, it will give you a lot of happiness, joy and profit if you buy a property at this point in time. You could also change your residence at this point in time. Your relationship with your spouse is gonna significantly improve at this point in time. The only source of trouble for you would be your health at this point in time. Well, for Sagittarius moon sign, Sagittarius ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your third house. So at this point in time, you are gonna work very hard to achieve and accomplish your goals and dreams of your life. You are gonna act positively in all the things of your life at this point in time. You would use your words and communication skills to convince others at this point in time, and the others would be impressed by the way you talk to them, by the way you communicate with them at this point in time. Your younger brothers and sisters would be a source of irritation for you at this point in time. Don't try to advise or suggest them at this point in time. It is better you mind your own business at this point in time in respect to your brothers and sisters. I mean your younger brothers and sisters. Those Sagittarius moon sign, Sagittarius ascendant people who are wanting to pursue a career in media or journalism, this is an ideal time for you to move forward with that plan, with that idea. You would be willing to listen to people at this point in time. I mean, you would talk less and listen more at this point in time. I mean, you would become a good listener at this point in time. You would stay very active in your life at this point in time. I mean, if you were lazy previously, if you were procrastinating previously, then at this point in time, you would get very active. You would start doing a lot of hard work in your life at this point in time. It could be physically or mentally. You'll also take some very important decisions in your life at this point in time. You take some courageous decisions in your life at this point in time, which will catapult your life for the better in the future. Well, for Capricorn moon sign, Capricorn ascendant people, there is gonna be a very positive change in your life at this point in time. Things would start to get better in your life at this point in time when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign. There could be a significant increase in your family at this point in time. I mean, you could think of having a child at this point in time if you are married. Or it could be that you get married or your siblings get married at this point in time. You would be more inclined in saving your money at this point in time rather than spending. However, you wouldn't stop yourself buying some luxurious items at this point in time, a car at this point in time, or traveling to an exotic location at this point in time. You could say that you'd become penny wise and pound foolish at this point in time. Well, your wealth at this point in time could increase drastically, and this possession of your wealth will increase your respect and admiration for you in your society. Your family members are gonna be more than friendly to you at this point in time. They are gonna listen to you at this point in time. Well, for Aquarius moon sign, Aquarius ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your ascendant, your first house at this point in time. So at this point in time, you are gonna move forward in your life very maturely. You are gonna take life one day at a time at this point in time. You are not gonna rush things at this point in time. You would want to remain very steady in your life at this point in time. And you would think a million times before you take a decision at this point in time. But if you take an important decision at this point in time, it is gonna be an auspicious one for you. it is gonna prove to be a money spinner for you. It is gonna prove to be an advantage to you in your life. You would get some ideas and plans at this point in time which will help you to see success and prosperity in your life. You wouldn't be bothered about other people at this point in time. I mean, you wouldn't give importance to other people's opinion about you at this point in time. You'd feel that your ideas, your plans are more important than what the others are giving you at this point in time. You could experience some teeth problem, some eyes problem, some stomach problem at this point in time. So if you face any sort of problems at this point in time, you need to give special attention to it. Well, for Pisces moon sign, Pisces ascendant people, this particular Saturn will be in your 12th house. So at this point in time, you might incur some unnecessary expenditure in your life. You might have to make an unnecessary expenditure behind your family at this point in time. You might have to spend unnecessarily behind the health of some near or dear one at this point in time. You shouldn't indulge yourself in any sort of illegal activity at this point in time. Or you could face the wrath from the government at this point in time. Throughout this period when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign, Pisces moon sign, Pisces ascendant people will feel disturbed in their life. Though in reality things would not be as bad as you are thinking, but things will disturb you mentally. You could also face some sleep disorders at this point in time. You could lose your near or dear one of your relatives at this point in time when Saturn is in the 12th house from your moon sign or the ascendant. The best way to tackle these things at this point in time is that you need to stay connected to God at this point in time. You need to do things which are morally correct. You need to speak the truth at this point in time. You need to help the poor, the blind people at this point in time. If you want to mitigate all these problems at this point in time. Well, these were my predictions about the moon signs and ascendants when Saturn is in the Aquarius sign. If you want some specific predictions about yourself, then you may contact me directly. Well, like I always say, that if you wish to know your future through astrology, and you are determined to live the best possible version of yourself, well, one must always try to live his or her best version of themselves, because there is only one life to live. There are no duplicates of a life. You will not get a chance to live this beautiful human life once again. And if you want to enhance your luck in your life, if you want to boost your luck in your life, if you want to increase and improve your luck in your life, then I want to tell you all, I have several remedies for you. You know, these remedies which I'm talking about are a fusion of astrological remedies, Vastu remedies and religious remedies which can be utilized by any person of any religion, because I believe that there is only one God in this universe. And if you want me to pray for you, because prayer can move mountains. So if you want me to pray for your health, wealth, success, money, business, career, job, relationships, love relationships, education, marriage, married life, children, property, etc., 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 then also you may contact me. You may also contact me for a Vastu visit of your flat, office, residence or factory. And if you are hell-bent on taking your life from the ridiculous to the sublime, from the low point to the high point, from nothing to something, then you may contact me over WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number has been given on this video. Have a great day and a great life ahead. God bless you all. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma Kali.